Good morning, it's Kinninigan. I just took a few days off. I got a little pissed off about something. I recently made a video exposing Freemason. Secret societies and satanic ritual abuse is something I take very serious. For those that don't know, oh yeah, please share, like, subscribe. I do not monetize my videos because they are not advertiser friendly. In fact, that's what I just recently had a problem with. A certain secret society didn't like a video I just made recently on Black Prince Hall Freemason, including, guess who was also one? Puff Daddy, of all people. And I'll tell you why he walked in court. I'll tell you why the FBI can't suddenly find it. See, another thing I'm getting upset about is my entire YouTube feed is full of Epstein videos and Superman. So, right off the bat, I'm going to name this video to kind of keep me under the radar. I don't want to put Freemason in this video title, although they'll probably link the Wikipedia link under the video anyway. Um, oh, and there's a police helicopter going overhead. You probably can't hear it. Yeah, so now, and I'm getting angry because I lost 10 YouTube channels, and it first, ironically, happened the first time Trump was president. We all got hooked into covering QAnon and, of all things, Pizzagate. And I lost YouTube channels covering Pizzagate. And I see the same shit happening all over again, except there's a few other variables at play now that people are totally overlooking, including the current and director and assistant director of the FBI, who, by the way, if you did not know, both have a lot of quote unquote social media experience, something that they were lacking in 2016. Now, there's already been people that have lost YouTube channels over. Now, in case you did not know, yeah, we'll talk about this in a few seconds. Did you know Cash Patel was on Dave X22? That's Skull and Bones 322. Dave, the guy who makes videos every day for the CIA, they're on Rumble now. Well, a few years back, I ran a live stream on Rumble about Pizzagate. My stream was frozen 29 minutes into the stream, and I showed people because I had another Rumble channel, and all my videos were monetized that I had on that Rumble channel. They went back and demonetized all the videos with Pizzagate in the title. So Rumble, no, you are not allowed to talk about Pizzagate at Rumble unless you are a member of a secret society. See, I'm going to say some things in this video that people aren't going to like, and it's probably going to get me in trouble. I don't care. So if you could support the channel, I would appreciate it. My birthday's coming up in less than 2 weeks. I don't want to be on the internet all day, so if you could help out the channel, I'm trying to get some marijuana. I can't be on YouTube with all these fucking videos popping up about Epstein because it's giving me Pizzagate shit all over again. But I am going to name this video. If you are upset about the Epstein files, you shouldn't be going and watching James Gunn's Superman this weekend. Yeah, that's the whole other. It's kind of ironic that all these MAGA YouTube channels talking about the woke movement and grooming children are suddenly all running out and go watching James Gunn's Superman. Yeah, James Gunn. I'll tell you why you shouldn't watch his fucking Superman movie, because he's a pedophile. He has, I don't know, it's probably close to 100 tweets that he put out on Twitter back when Barack Obama was president and they were all running their pedo mouths. This was the precursor to Pizzagate. He had tweets, talking about the hotel shower. The water pressure was so weak it felt like a 3-year-old was peeing on my head. Lots of tweets about little boys. He's making jokes about Pizzagate. Three men that had sex with a baby. Then he made jokes about how he was fired from the production of Guardians of the Galaxy 3 for being a ligma. Something about ligma. Yeah, because of the child porn shit he was posting. Oh, here goes. The best thing about being raped is when you're done being raped. Yeah, and I will say that word on YouTube. I can't take channels that self-censor themselves. Well, this feels great. Now, yeah, he is a disgusting pervert. And in fact, if you look at this picture here, He looks like a reverse female to male transgender, and I wouldn't doubt it. There's a lot of these abominations of God in these circles, okay? Nothing new under the sun. And what I'm finding is a reoccurring theme that a lot of these trans like abusing children. Gee, I wonder why. But there's more, and I'm gonna show you some more stuff that should be shocking. So I don't want to talk about the Epstein files anymore because I've already lost multiple fucking YouTube channels talking about Pizzagate, covering Pizzagate. I had a stream blocked at Rumble. And who's part owner of Rumble? Dan Bongino. He was also in the personal Secret Service detail of Barack Obama. Now, I'm going to tell you something that you need to figure out for yourself here. Do you think that presidents that are members of secret societies like George Bush, Skull and Bones, Barack Obama, Prince Hall Freemason, do you think that they don't? Do you think they lose their Secret Service detail when they go to the Bohemian Grove or the rituals, or when they even have to go to the Masonic Lodge? No. What's going to happen is your personal Secret Service detail are also going to be Freemason, or if they're women, they're going to be Eastern Stars, or their husbands are Freemason. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Pam Bondi. Yeah, I've already had a witch put a spell on me before. I dated a Freemason's daughter. I've been there, done that. So, there's also rumors that Cass Patel got a new CIA wife when he and they basically pussy whipped him when he. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Cass Patel. I already have a feeling about Dan Bongino, but I have a feeling that Cass Patel was probably made to. When you take over as director of the FBI, you don't think you're going to be forced to become a Freemason? Bullshit. Now here's the thing I'm getting pissed off. Yeah, look how many times he was on X22 report talking about Hunter Biden's getting indicted. He was even talking about Pizzagate a few years back, talking about all the Q shit because Dave still does. You know, trust the plan, deep state's going down. Oh, military, yeah, blow it out your ass, Dave. He wants you to think he funds himself with selling fucking Patriot Food Supply and collagen in his affiliate ad links. There's another reason why I don't do affiliate links. So yeah, if you could support the channel, I'd appreciate it. Um. So yeah, I don't trust any of these people. Now they're but here's what a lot of people are getting wrong. They think that this was a the reason why they're covering up Epstein. Now bullshit. They already did this with Pizzagate. Okay. Now before I get into details here, I'm going to show you how full of shit these agencies are. First of all, in 1992, right before Bill Clinton, well, George Clinton was the President George Bush Sr. Yeah, he's a massive piece of shit. So is Bill Clinton. 1992. Yeah, but that might have been the year that Clinton went into office. There was a report done by the FBI on satanic ritual abuse. Because if you think this just involves having sex with children, no, you're wrong. This also goes into the 50,000 children a year that went missing in the 80s that was blamed on Satanists, and they found out that was true, that a lot of these children were used for sacrifices to Molech. Adrenochrome was not known at that time by that name, but the idea of terrorizing children and drinking their blood was something that's been known for thousands of years. It was called ambrosia in ancient Greece, or red mercury by Aleister Crowley. And there is a shitload of organizations here listed by the FBI who are involved in Satanism, including the Church of Satan, Ordo Templi Orientis, that's the Jesuits, Temple of Set. I fucking hate them. They sacrifice cats as a mockery of Sekhmet. I gotta make a video on Sekhmet. She is not an Egyptian goddess that you might think. And it has to involve all things cats. And I'll make a video on the Temple of Set. But we know Michael Aquino led that. Demonology, witchcraft, I'm not going to say Wicca. I know what Wicca is, but they don't have it listed in here. But one of the organizations was Freemason, Rosicrucians, Knights Templar. That's a side order of the Masons. Yeah, and they listed all this stuff. They even have heavy metal music in here. There's a lot of occultism and heavy metal music. I know. Um, Even Iron Maiden's talking about sacrificing children in the womb. 2 minutes to midnight. I know the song. Buddhism, that's bullshit. Now, Buddhism, Hinduism are not fucking satanic. They've been subverted. They're philosophies. They're not actually religions. Yeah, but Scientology. Now, here's another fact for you here, because now we hear that Trump wants to provide arms to Ukraine against Russia. You want to know why they hate Russia so much? Did you know that Russia recently banned the Satanic Temple out of their country because they're designated as a quote unquote terrorist organization? Including the Church of Scientology and the Mormon Temple have also been banned out of Russia. Now, they haven't said Freemason, but knowing that Freemason are listed as a quote unquote satanic group, yeah, now you want to know why they hate Putin so much? The Ukraine, yeah, we know all about. It has to do with the Ashkenaz Jews and the Bolsheviks. That's getting into Babylonian Talmud shit. I'm not going to do that on this video. Yeah, but the more you know. Russia is the largest white country on planet Earth right now that is still Orthodox Christian. Remember, it was the Nazis were taken down by the Russians in World War II. They were the first ones to invade Berlin. Then it came out years later that Hitler was actually working for the Rothschilds to set up the state of Israel. This is all about ushering in the Antichrist. I'm going to make a video about the Antichrist and what exactly that is. It's actually an event, and it involves the planet Saturn. So I will make that video. However, I need to lay off videos about Freemason, pedophilia, and secret societies because I've had it. And what I see coming next on YouTube is everyone talking about this shit. You're going to start getting banned. It already happened before. It happened with Pizzagate. It happened with Q. Because I've gotten community guideline strikes for all these fucking topics. Then it happened with COVID. Then it happened with anyone denying the 2020 election. Then on YouTube at the time, you were just banned for supporting Donald Trump flat out. So yeah, I've been here, done that. I'm sick of I can expose pedophiles and satanic ritual abuse all day, but when we have people in law enforcement and government who are not going to enforce any laws or arrest said pedophiles, or like in the case of P. Diddy, you have James Comey's daughter as the fucking prosecutor, and he gets off with a slap on the wrist. Yeah, I'm done. Go screw yourselves. I'm not going to back down. I'm going to focus on bigger things, like what the event is to usher in the Antichrist and someone that might be below right in front of your face. I'm going to give you a little clue on that video. Another word for the planet Saturn is El. E-L. Whose name starts with E-L? And On, going back to Egyptian mysticism, is another reference to the sun. What is the Antichrist? Oh yeah, it's been right in front of your face the whole time. I'll give you another clue. Whoever's going to pull off the event that ushers in Armageddon is going to have access to the space program. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. And that said person might be a suspected transgender, just like James Gunn. So yeah, that's why if you're upset about the Epstein list and you're going out and watching fucking Superman, you're a hypocrite, okay? There are hundreds of posts from James Gunn, that sick piece of shit. I can't even read half of them here on YouTube because they're so fucking disgusting. I went to Yandex to get these tweets. You want to know why? Goes back to Russia. This is a Russian social media platform. And if I want to find any information anymore on satanic ritual abuse, pedophilia, secret societies, why do I have to come to Yandex to get it? Yeah, again, it goes in with why they hate Russia so much. Yeah, you didn't know Putin banned the Satanic Temple out of the country, did you? Yeah, so everyone's making videos about Superman now. James Gunn can go fuck himself, okay? I don't support pedophiles, period. So we're hearing that's the other reason they couldn't release the Epstein list because it'll destroy Hollywood. Oh well, big deal. Um, you're also so now they're trying to put this angle on it, and everyone's coming out saying this is because of Israel. So now they're going to play the anti-Semitic card if you speak up against pedophilia. That ain't fucking working this time either. And it ain't just pedophilia; it's satanic ritual abuse. There's a reason why they're on an island. So yeah, these are some of the videos out. This was a temple to Molech that was on Epstein Island. And infamously, James O'Keefe, this was that picture that they had inside the kitchen of Epstein Island with the baby sitting in the sink. That's a reference to eating children, human cannibalism, and quote unquote adrenochrome harvesting, meaning there was a lot more on those videotapes than just having sex with kids. Two, everyone who went to that island was a willing participant. They weren't just fucking flying there for a vacation and wound up having sex with children because they were drugged up or yeah, whatever. That ain't flying. They James O'Keefe, he's already put out a video pretty much admitting that he's a Freemason. He had a ladder behind him when he made a video that's a reference to the ladder, Jacob's ladder, which is basically how you descend into hell. And now they're trying. This is the same thing that happened with Pizzagate. You had people in secret societies trying to control the flow of information, and now this time they're trying to point it all to Israel. Oh, yeah, like Tucker Carlson. He's a Freemason also. He just recently outed himself. So I don't fucking trust Freemason. But this is important. He showed this bookcase in the temple at Epstein Island. Those are the pillars of Jachin and Boaz. And what they are for, these are for channeling demonic energy through them. They're for opening interdimensional portals. Now, a demon isn't actually going to walk through. They're doing ceremonial magic in these lodges. They weren't doing probably invocation rituals where they actually summon an entity. For that, you definitely have to have blood magic going on. Not saying that wasn't going on in lodges, but there's occult magic casting 101. You make yourself a magic circle. Then you've got to either, in the woods, they'll use sticks to make triangles. You got to make a portal for demonic energy to come through. Whether it's another magic circle that's connected to your magic circle, you do that using magic squares. I could do a whole lecture on how the occult works because I've been trying to decode it from a scientific standpoint. This is what I was talking about. Mass casualty events invoke demonic energy. And this is what I'm talking about with the event that's going to revolve around ushering in the Antichrist. It's not World War III. Not saying that World War III is not going to happen. That's not the event that kicks off Armageddon, though. Although the idea of Jesus coming back to Earth to take all of our nuclear weapons off us to give us 1,000 years of peace because humans want to fucking weaponize every new technology they get. Well, mainly secret societies do. Luciferians do because they're fucking cowards. This is why every new technology needs to be weaponized. Or, if you do develop quote-unquote free energy, you'll be killed for that also because they won't allow that to get out. We already know that. Now they want you using their fucking lithium batteries. Yeah, there goes Elon Musk again with his fucking EVs. He could shove them up his ass. So remember who took over Twitter also, because remember a lot of these tweets from James Gunn, these were on the platform when Jack Dorsey was around. James Gunn, laughter is the best medicine. That's why I laugh at people with AIDS. Oh yeah, great fucking guy making the Superman movie, right? He's $3 blowjob from a male tranny. There's been some videos that have come out recently from bodyguards protecting clients that went to P. Diddy freak-off parties. They were not working for Puff Daddy. And those said security guards had run-ins with Puff Daddy security, including guns pulling on each other in fights because they were trying to protect their assets. And a model he was with got drugged when she took a sip of wine, and P Diddy's security was denying that they drugged her, and shit went off. And but he was saying that he had people at that party telling him, famous pop stars and hip hop stars, telling them they actually preferred trannies because they had stronger hands and mouths. Yeah, wrap your head around that one. But no one cares if a bunch of grown ass adults want to have sex with trannies. Good for them. I draw the line at children, though, so that's why I don't care. James Gunn, you can go bang all the trannies you want, but when you start making jokes about children, we have a problem. So now they're going to pull out this shit about Epstein, about if you don't support him, you're anti-Semitic. No, what I'm going to say is what's going on here. This is the Freemason covering this up. Okay? Everything about Epstein Island spells Freemason, and Freemason is Jewish mysticism. So now it's going to come out. And let me say this right off the bat about Mossad. They were supposedly set up to hunt down Nazi war criminals, and if that's all the fuck Mossad was doing, I'd have no problem with us supporting Israel. I don't think anyone would care if Epstein Island was being used to bring Nazi war criminals to for war crimes, to torture. People would have helped. People would have turned a blind eye to that. Big deal. You're hunting down fucking Nazis and killing them. That would be just as bad as like putting cartel members on an island and torturing them. Yeah, no fucks given. Okay, people wouldn't really care. Isn't like the CIA isn't doing that already. But no, when you have children sitting in sinks in the fucking kitchen, and so this is what's really going on. It's just Pizzagate on steroids. Now they're going to try to shut this down with anti-Semitic shit. That no, I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm anti-satanic ritual abuse. So that's what's going on here. Freemason take oaths, and their oaths go against everything, including the fucking U.S. citizens they work for. And their oaths are basically taking from Babylonian Talmud, and I know what's written in that, and it's absolutely disgusting. Judges can't find other Masonic judges can't find other Freemason guilty of any crimes regarding of murder, treason, pedophilia, human trafficking. One of the reasons why Democrats are fighting so hard to keep some of these gangbangers in the country right now is because they were involved in quote-unquote child trafficking. Where do you think they get their adrenochrome from? They can't kidnap American children because they have Amber Alerts put on them. This is why 300,000 foreign children went missing under Barack Obama and Joe Biden. Well, more than that, actually. They were bringing foreign children to these islands because nobody reports them missing. I don't even trust some of the quote-unquote whistleblowers that came out from Epstein Island because I don't think there would have been any survivors. They're trying to muddy the waters right now. Trying to say, there was just massages going on now. No, it goes more than just pedophilia. Try human cannibalism, satanic ritual abuse, which is sacrifices to Molech. There goes Molech right there, the fucking owl right on the temple. And the keystone, yeah, that's a Masonic keystone right there. I'm in the Keystone State in Pennsylvania. So what you have here is secret societies covering their asses, except they're not going to win the people with trying to protect pedophiles and children. So this isn't going to go away, meaning they're going to need a fucking distraction again. And this is why I made a video a few weeks ago saying that we can't coexist with Freemason. Christians cannot coexist with Luciferians, period. They are a fucking cancer that is rotting this planet. It all goes back to Babylon and the fucking reptilians they worship. And that's the only reason I know so much about this, because it all roads lead to reptilians on this. Yeah, here goes some Sumerian architecture for you right there. And it was going, yeah, straight out of Babylon shit. Remember the Bible story about Sodom and Gomorrah? That's what they're trying to turn the United States into right now. Normalize pedophilia, sacrificing children to Molech. It's disgusting. Homosexuality, transgenderism. Um, yeah, the list goes on. And now I would not be surprised if they start banning people on YouTube for talking about Epstein because it's disinformation. Why? Because the FBI, DOJ said so. You MAGA-tard. Yeah, they're trying to say MAGA. They're trying to say it's just MAGA that has a problem with this. I'll tell you what the biggest fucking problem with this is. A lot of us lost friends and family supporting Donald Trump, and now, if these people that come back to me and say, "Oh, we told you, you supported Donald Trump, and he wound up being nothing but a person who protects pedophiles and is a warmonger and takes sides with Israel to bomb Iran." Um, how am I going to dispute that? So now you've just made all of us look fucking bad who supported Trump, and a lot of us are speaking up against it. And I'm telling you right now, some shit is about to go down. And what's going to happen next? They're going to start banning everyone off YouTube. And all the content creators who are allowed to talk about it are going to be giving you this shit that it's Israel, it was Mossad. Well, if our support for Israel involves protecting pedophiles, there's a fucking problem with that, okay? Two, it's more than just pedophilia. It's human cannibalism and sacrificing children to gods like Molech. There's a reason they're on the island. What do you think they were doing with the dead bodies? And then, you got fucking Bohemian Grove. Yeah, what do you think goes on there? And like I said, you don't think people like Prince Andrew and the royal family and all these other people working in our government that visit there didn't have security details with them? And you don't think that all these quote unquote security details would have been in secret societies also to keep their mouths shut? And of course, no one's going to say shit about the Freemason with all this Epstein shit. No one's going to talk about adrenochrome or satanic ritual abuse. No, they think this was just a honeypot blackmail. This wasn't a fucking blackmail organization. Freemason do not have to blackmail each other. I'm going to say that right off the bat. These people went to that island with the intent in mind to either harvest adrenochrome, sacrifice children, um, engage in other sick, profane acts. No, Freemason do not have to quote unquote blackmail each other. There already is something that exists. It's called the term blackball. I've already been blackballed by the Freemasons, so I know what I'm talking about. They tried to recruit me years ago. So that's my rant for today. Hopefully, I didn't say enough to get me in trouble. Although they always. But I am going to make a video about what the event is that's going to usher in Armageddon and why people refer to them as the Brotherhood of Saturn, of all things. And why Klaus Schwab, of all people, Klaus Schwab, is a member of an organization known as the Order of the Black Sun, who actually has ties to the Nazis. And what all this means, it has to do with an event that'll happen. And that event will probably be started by the Antichrist. But, and I think that person that fits the bill might have been in front of our face the whole time. If you haven't figured it out yet. The word El means Saturn. On is a reference to the sun. It's also a deity that's worshipped within secret societies. On. I learned that from Jordan Maxwell, of all things. What the sun and Saturn worship actually meant. It was a reference to the Son of God. But I'm telling you right now, all this, and with this in mind, this 1992 FBI report on satanic ritual abuse, this is how I cover my ass, because If anyone wants to tell me it's bullshit, I'll own it. And the guy who did this, he was blackballed out of the FBI. That was Ted Gunderson. When he was researching a case in the FBI about children going missing from a school, and he found a tunnel connected to a school that went to a satanic altar. And that's when he had to admit that the Illuminati was real. Children actually were being kidnapped and sacrificed. And he found out all this shit was real, and the FBI did a whole entire report on it. I have a copy of the actual report. It's on my other hard drive on my other computer because it's not easy to find on the internet. Also, Google, going back to why I use Yandex now, it is very hard to find information about Pizzagate on the internet anymore. They scrubbed it all. So if you find any pictures like about Epstein Island that you see, I would save them because I got a feeling they're all going to fucking disappear real soon. And like I said, if Mossad was just involved in hunting down Nazi war criminals or terrorists that were going to harm Israelis, fine, we would have kept a fucking blind eye to it. But now this is the Jew that cried anti-Semite too much, and this has nothing to do with the fucking Jews, okay? They're just straws of Babylon. It's Jewish mysticism. There are a lot of secret societies, including the Jesuits, the Knights of Malta. The royal family has one, Order of the Garter. It's just one of many. So if Mossad's only way to influence world leaders is to set them up and blackmail them with pedophilia, why the fuck are we supporting a country like that in the first place? We're Christians. We're not. And if you don't like it, go fuck yourself. Don't take our financial aid. Don't take our military support anymore. This is why I already said we can't coexist with secret societies. I already knew what the hell I was talking about. So I'm actually not surprised by what has transpired in the past few days. The only thing I'm telling you now is you can expect to see people start getting banned for talking about this. It's fucking Pizzagate and the Q shit all over again. Except this time, with Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, you got some people at the FBI who actually know something about social media. And all you people that fled YouTube to go to Rumble, told you that was a fucking honeypot website. Now, one of the co-owners of Rumble is the director of the FBI. He scrubbed all of his fucking podcasts off that platform, except the ones with Kash Patel and Dave from X22 Report never got scrubbed. Why was Kash Patel on like the X22 Report in interviews like every other fucking week for the past 4 years, and now all of a sudden, the best way to control the opposition is delete it. This is why I ask for people for donations on my channel. You don't think the deep state hasn't thought about buying me out? Well, their cheap asses haven't yet. They're not buying me weed or cigarettes, so I'll keep fucking ranting. But listen, I'm not going to say what it was. I was given a warning, more or less. They didn't like my video about the Freemason last week, so I deleted it. And I just took a few days off from the internet. I was a little upset. And I can't afford to lose another YouTube channel. And like I said, my birthday's in 17 days. Oh, another reference to Q. Yeah, I'm a Leo. So, if you want to support my channel, that'd be awesome. So me and the cats can get some catnip. And the video I was talking about with mass casualty events invoking demonic energy, that was the video I was talking about, which the event that'll start Armageddon is going to be. And I'll show you what these people, some of them might not even know what the actual plan is, but we do know what it is. And it involves the planet Saturn, of all things. And that is the event which I believe Jesus is going to return in, because these idiots are going to fuck a lot of shit up when they do that. I don't even think they thought it out. They don't think it out. They do it. Nothing new under the sun. Every time there's too many people on planet Earth, The reptilians need to do another depopulation thing, whether through water, fire, wind, earthquakes. They already took down Atlantis with crashing the comet Venus into Maldek. And I'm telling you right now, when the Antichrist gets ushered in, it's going to involve another cosmic event. And it's kind of terrifying when you actually think about it. So, you just want me to do a live stream this weekend? Don't go out and watch James Gunn's Superman. I'll do a fucking live stream. How does that sound? Yeah, save your money. Don't go to the movies. So, anyway, so if you could support the channel, I would appreciate it. I'm backing off this. I mean, how much more shit should I make about Epstein and satanic ritual abuse and pedophilia when I know what's going on? And the only thing that's going to happen now is no one's going to do anything about it except I'm going to lose my fucking YouTube channel. And I think other people talking about it are going to start getting banned. This is why it makes a lot of sense now why they would have brought in social media influencers of all things into the quote unquote FBI, who supposedly had the Epstein files. Makes sense now. And I wouldn't even doubt if they weren't already, they were probably forced to initiate into the Masons. So yeah. Now they're just going to spin this angle, the anti-Semitic angle. Oh, it was just a Mossad operation. No, no, it was the fucking Freemason. Period. Second thing is, Freemason don't need to spy on each other. Also, this idea that they were bringing people to Epstein Island, they wanted to gather quote unquote intel on what intel? That you're a fucking degenerate pedophile? Get the fuck out of here. Freemason do not have to spy on each other. They don't have to threaten each other. They already take blood oaths to protect each other. So that's all bullshit. They can blow it out their ass. But I'm telling you right now, there was more than just pedophilia going on at Epstein Island. There was child murder and adrenochrome harvesting, Sodom and Gomorrah type shit. And yeah, again, if you go watch Superman this weekend and you're against pedophiles, I just want to let you know you're a hypocrite. You shouldn't support anything James Gunn does. And maybe that's what we need to do is start boycotting these pedophile pieces of shit in Hollywood. Oh well. He and James Gunn isn't the only one. I'm not going over. Like I said, I already lost enough YouTube channels. But now, yeah, I'm gonna have all these fucking Superman videos popping up in my fucking feed. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Gunn was on Epstein Island. Why wouldn't he be? Like I said, even if I'm wrong, I don't think I'm wrong. But look at him. I took basic human anatomy when I went to art school in 1996. He has the face structure of a female. Female and males have different skull types. The eye spacing's different, and it's amazing what they could do with quote unquote plastic surgery. And sometimes the reverse female to males are harder to spot out than the females to males. Like Ellen DeGeneres and Rachel Maddow, the most famous boy tranny of them all. Yeah, if you haven't figured out that swamp thing yet, that's a little boy. So, yeah, that's my rant for today. Anyway, Trump better do something. He's losing a lot of supports, and they're losing a lot of support from a lot of people because I don't know. Maybe they've just gotten so arrogant with getting away with shit anymore that they don't even care. They don't think it's going to affect them. We'll see. I don't think they're, and I think this shit's going to escalate pretty quickly because we already saw Trump freak out at a press conference recently being asked about Epstein. It ain't going away, Pam, or Dan, or Cash. You know, the first thing that Joe Biden did when he became president was lock up all the fucking people from January 6th. It's amazing how many people they threw in prison, pissed on their constitutional rights, and they didn't even break the law. They were having sex with children and sacrificing children to Molech. Yet you let fucking Puff Daddy walk with a slap on the wrist, and now the Epstein files don't exist. Told you we can't coexist with these people. I already knew what the hell I was talking about when I researched this shit years ago. It's not going to happen. Anyway, if you could support the channel, all the links are in the description. I have PayPal, Cash App, Vemno. Anything helps. I'm trying to get some money together. I went food shopping, so I have food. Thanks to everyone who recently. I got a few dollars the other day, and I used it to go food shopping to get shit for me and the cat, so we're fine. And I'm sure my air conditioning bill is going to be pretty big this month. So. And I'm never happy around my birthday. So, and if you want to cheer me up with some donations, because I haven't celebrated my birthday, and I don't know how many, like having a birthday cake, and I don't really communicate with my family anymore, and it's mainly because of what I've been researching, and that's all the fuck I need is for my family to turn around to me and say, "Oh, you supported that Donald Trump piece of shit," because they're all Democrats. I love my family, but they're Democrats. I'm in Philly. They don't understand. They think that child trafficking is something that doesn't happen. They don't even want to hear about this shit. They think I'm in whatever. But now with them finding out, oh, you've been supporting Donald Trump, and now he's been protecting those Epstein pedophiles, and yeah, that's all the fuck I need now. And that's exactly how the whole entire MAGA movement is feeling right now. And I guess that's the hill they want to die on. And now all of a sudden we have Elon Musk wants to start a new political party. You could start all the fucking political parties you want. But it's still, unless you start outing the fucking Freemason, you're getting nowhere. And I tried to start doing that the other day, and I was fucking threatened. So what else am I supposed to do? They did not like my video about Black Prince Hall Freemason. That's all I'm saying. So I'll keep my mouth shut about it. Because I really can't afford to lose another YouTube channel. I can't. How are me and the cat's going to get through summer? Yeah, it ain't like I'm looking at taking a vacation anyway. I can't afford any of that. Anyway, any questions or comments, leave them below. You're going to see a lot of mudslinging going back and forth for the next few days. By the way, the reason I'm bringing up Superman is ancient Rome used to keep the peasants appeased with bread and circuses. Keep the people fed and entertained. They'll keep a blind eye to politics. Well, when your biggest summer blockbuster movie, Superman, is coming out, and it was made by a known fucking pedophile, you can go take your bread and circuses and go shove it. See, we lost bread and circuses, and that's why everyone's making videos about Epstein right now. And that's their fault. They wanted to inject communist satanic values in movies, video games, TV shows recently. It all fucking backfired on them. Now they don't have any ways to keep people entertained. Unless you come to YouTube channels like mine, some people find me entertaining, I guess. Godspeed and God help us all. We're going to need it. You're in a holy war right now, in case you want to realize it or not. And anyway, any questions or comments, leave them below. God bless and take care.